Welcome everybody to the Australian Esports League CSGO playoffs. My name is Matsy. I'm coming to you live with my boy. It is Charisma. How you going, man?
Yeah, I'm really good, Matt. So good to be here with you. Of course, some awesome Counter-Strike action coming our way. It's the upper brackets, couldn't you believe? You know, we're in finals. It feels like the season's kind of just flowing by, so it's really exciting to be on board and a bit of a late one. But really, Matt, we're heading into to peak gamer hours right now, so I'm really excited to get stuck into this one.
Absolutely. I am pretty keen to get into it as well. We do love our DGen hours or the gamer hours, you know. Definitely excited to see a bit more onto it. But speaking of good things, Charisma, we've got some lovely people supporting this league.
Oh, we absolutely do. And we need to thank our good friends over at Predator. Conquer New Worlds with Predator Gaming today. Predator, the gaming PC partner of the AEL. Conquer New Worlds with Predator Gaming. Predator puts the power and precision in your hands to elevate your gaming experience in every way with quality performance thanks to Predator. AOC, the best viewing experience. AOC monitors have launched the first ever monitor crafted for League of Legends. League of Legends is represented in every aspect, from the iconic Hextech design and logo to specific game setting mode. In-game visuals achieve their fullest potential from the combination of AOC's monitor expertise with the creators of League of Legends Riot Games. Check out the Aegon Pro AG275QXL today at au.aoc.com. And then Rig, what it takes to win. Rig develops headsets delivering superior audio for competitive gamers and streamers at all levels. Join the Rig team and enhance your gaming experience.
Yeah, big shout out to all of our lovely sponsors there in Predator, AOC, and Rig. Definitely appreciate all of their support throughout the season and into the playoffs here. Speaking of the playoffs though, Charisma, we've got a game on our hands here. It is going to be Monash Mega C5S versus UTS dropoUTS there. So definitely keen to see this one.
Yeah, I actually got the pleasure of casting both these teams at different points throughout the season. Most recently, it was Mega or Monash. I casted them only a few days ago, and they really impressed me. I was really excited to see what they have to offer here in the upper brackets. Of course, they were right on the fringe of not making it, and through their victory, they got the 2-0 win they got just the other day. They were able to sneak their way in. So excited to see what their team looks like. But on the other side as well, for dropoUTS, some great names. Of course, there's, we got to look at names like Sunshines and ADK, who have played at that top level Australian Counter-Strike. So their name's definitely worth mentioning and keeping in your mind as this game gets underway. And then AWorks, I've seen him have some really great performances. Navoski, the same sort of thing. So I'm really excited to see as this round one is underway, Matt. And it will be, of course, Mega C5S or Monash taking on dropoUTS or the UTS squad. So it will be Monash starting on the CT side, dropoUTS starting on the T, as already there's a bit of combat at the top of ramp.
Looks like Mr. Navorsky, though, does find the better end of the combat, taking away the first kill. A plant alongside it. CTs are looking to go for a bit of a flank here. Not planking. Not working out in this one. We're working out how to kill, and it will be 3 coming in clutch, making it 4 now. ADK doing wonders for their team. AWorks at least still alive, dancing around it, but does meet their demise as well. So, a great comeback actually coming through from the Monash side there. They're definitely looking pretty strong so far. We'll see if they can carry that strength into round number 2 as well, as with the bomb plant, there is potential for the dropoUTS to potentially bring out a buy here.
Yeah, I think they have to be careful here, Mega, that they don't get a little complacent. The buy does come through, but it does seem that dropoUTS will just err on the side of caution and look to make sure they can buy into the next round. I don't mind that option, as they will start to navigate their way through mid. Of course, there will be early ramp control from Mega, but they're not going to find anything just there. It's all that mid control right now, trying to get done for the T side, see if they can get something happening in that neck of the woods. They will come into a bit of a fight with Sunshines when he does choose to swing. He's able to get one, but he will be forced back away, so that provides a bit more room now for the T side to take. But there's plenty of backup coming in, and this could get very unfortunate for this T side.
There could be a few more series of unfortunate events here. Looks like AWorks is met to be the bitter end of the unfortunate events, but maybe they're put into better and greener pastures now, heading into round number 3, as we do see the full buy opportunity now being afforded to the dropouts there, already picking up the AKs in abundance, as well as the AWP on AWorks. Going for the glass cannon approach, I respect it. We'll see if it plays out for them, though. No armor could cost them, but definitely can pay dividends if they just land those shots there, so high risk, high reward to be certain. And already, oh, it almost nets a reward. There it goes. AWorks only taking 5 damage there, and it does take out Shocks. So a good man advantage being gained by the dropouts. Let's see if they can play off that further now as they slow things down.
The big green already making his impact. Such a valuable weapon, especially on Vertigo, I feel. Just had the ability to have those impact frags, and hey, Neo, he might be in the mix for a bit of an impact frag himself if they're not careful here. Just jiggling, and then he does swing, but shut down very easily. So it does bring it to a 3v5 right now, and the CTs. Vertigo's not an easy map to hold from the CT side as it is. But when you've only got 2 members left, that doesn't make it any easier. So this could probably be the first round in the book for dropouts as they continue just to take map control. They've been good at it so far throughout these first 2 rounds. Of course, they just haven't had the guns to work with, but now we're seeing what they can do when they do get the AWP and the AKs in their hands. So a strong showing for their first rifle round, Matt, and they will get the bomb down for pretty much free here as the CTs. They might just look to save.
Definitely can respect them for going that way as well, considering that, you know, they don't have really too much behind them. 2 players remaining, it doesn't give you the best chances there. With a lack of utility, there's really not much you can play off there as well. At least Sunshines, though, does catch a raw gun battle and gets the favorable side of it. So taking away 1 weapon from the T's certainly can pay off in the long run, but obviously with the remaining forces alive there, I don't think it's going to make it too big of an impact heading forward. Definitely good that at least the CTs have saved out their weapons here, though. And I'd say, respectfully, they probably might be able to come away with a buy, considering most of them are, you know, in the high 2000s there. They got Sunshines on 3100. I can see them maybe buying for their teammates in this instance, possibly forcing into it, because they definitely do have that functionality available if they play off it. Looks like we are going to get a pause now, though. Hula Bula has departed the server there. Maybe just sorting out some technical difficulties in the interim here, but at least this gives the teams a bit of a moment to have that mental reset there. And we get to hear some of Lockie's dulcet tones.
Oh, dulcet tones, eh? Oh, you made me sound better than I am. I was really impressed with that round there from dropouts. I think they just did really, like I alluded to, getting some really good map control. But, you know, the CTs, they'll be able to buy in again fairly well. There'll be a bit of a lack of utility as to be expected. Neo, he'll be able to buy some sort of like SMG or something along those lines. Hula Bula does load back into the server. The buyers do come through. And, you know, dropouts, they're going to be looking to get 1 more round here and just trying to get a bit of that economical control. Try and just force the CTs onto a hard save after this one, because that's probably the result of what we're going to see. Neo does go for that M4. But he doesn't. He's just going to opt in for the light. So this is worth noting that 4 players on the CT side, they have light armor heading into this round. But I mean, you can get away with it on the CT because that AK is a 1 tap to the head anyway. That it really it matters, but it doesn't matter. So look, it's probably not as big a deal if you were on the T side, as we do get back underway again. And I love this from the T's. They're just exploring all options, maybe checking there for a bit of over aggression. Just trying to figure out how Mega are going to play this one out and what sort of respect these teams are going to show early. That's sometimes the thing you see with these Uni League games is both teams are kind of working out how much respect to give the other team.
Yeah, they're just feeling each other out at this point. That's exactly right. And after they've warmed up a little bit, they're definitely going to get a good grasp of exactly what kind of play they want to employ into this game here. Looks like the T's are taking it nice and easy for the time being, though. Just trying to see how they can approach this site. Mr. Navorsky could be the opener, though, considering that Kevin goes down there. Mr. Navorsky down to 1 HP. Berliner certainly looking to get in contention for a peek as well. Does find Sunshines. Both players tagged ever so low off those engagements, though. Anio could be the saving grace here. In fact, they are. Double kill coming through. AWorks at least able to respond. Chalk's going to be running around the back of the scaffolding, though. Ooh. AWORKS luckily slips past the corner there.
Yeah, managed to get away. Will they expect ADK here with the M4A1S? And he does cash in on one there. And brings us to that 2-on-2. And Chocks, he's getting one for free there against Berlin. So it's all left to AWORKS with the big green. Well, in this case, the big grey to try and get it done. Sees the shoulder, but won't be able to connect. And you've got to imagine he's got to be thinking about just trying to save this. Sees the barrels as Chocks. And forces the overextension from AWORKS. So a really well played 2v1 situation there from Mega. It could have been really easy just to fall into those. And we see it a lot, is that it is this 2v1 and, you know, players are like, well, I'm just going to try and get this fight over and done with. Let's get to the next round. Let's get that AWP in our hands. And they end up isolating duels against the AWP, and it's the sort of place you want to be. But Mega played that really well. They played together, forced the hand of AWORKS to swing out. And look, speaking of forcing hands, ADK, he's forcing a lot of hands as the Deegs hit the deck.
Saying see you later to that one. It seems ADK has not finished their work quite yet though. Completely spraying past every single player. A nice little ace in the round to shut down the eco entirely. It does land Mega C5s into a 4-1 lead there. We'll see what the dropouts might be able to muster heading into round number 6 now, though, considering their economy is still looking relatively good there. They've got a decent amount of util. They can make this actionable. They just have to find that early pick, and I think maybe we could have AWORKS be the man to do it.
Yeah, I feel like AWORKS is going to be a big key for dropouts through this one. I just got that feeling as Berlin will fall. And it does bring it to the 5v4 now for the T side. They're looking for that breakthrough. But yeah, AWORKS, an established player in the scene. I just feel like he's going to be key for dropouts as they do lose another one. And their next rifle round not being met with the same success their first one did in this game. So they're going to be searching for some answers here. Bit of soul searching to try and make that breakthrough. The CTs, they're looking really strong so far throughout this one. As I said in the pre-game, Sunshine's one to look out for in ADK. In their last matchup that I did alongside Tuesby's, they were the real standout performers for me. Those two, and they showed their experience. And you know, in a game like Counter-Strike, if you can get a couple of experienced heads around you, it's such a valuable asset to have.
Definitely very valuable there. We'll see how they play off of this one. If the experience comes to fruition here, as ADK holding that similar position. Ready and waiting, goes for the shots, actually picks up AWORKS, not able to find the Panda King though. Sunshines and Co. ready around the corner, however, do have the two players in their sights. Fire goes out there, they're trying to cut them off. Hula Balla's gone, Panda King goes down with the ship, at least gets the bomb down though. The dropouts, drop another round there. At least they're playing for the long game, however. With that bomb plant, they can boost their economy a little bit more with the loss bonus as well. Things start to build up slightly there. So hopefully we do see maybe a bit more out of them into this next one, considering I would expect a potential full buy coming at you again here. Yep, there it is. AK's coming out across. Utility might be slightly lacking on some players though, as we see on AWORKS there, not able to afford anything. Same with Hula Balla and Berlin, so they're really going to have to dive heavily into a commitment here if they want to try and take a site.
Looking to make that breakthrough this time around, and they're off to a good start. They've only lost the one. Bit of molly damage to AWORKS is not really ideal. Of course, it's worth noting, Matt, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but Mega, they don't have a dedicated AWPer, so don't be surprised that maybe we don't see it as much as what we'll see from dropouts tonight. It's an interesting little thing that it's a little unusual in the modern or the newer era of Counter-Strike. But it seems to work for them quite well. But, I mean, Kevin, he's going to be wielding it this time around. Chalk's just waiting there to see if the comrades will come through. He will flash in for them. And Neo good for one. Hey, Neo making it look so easy. Takes out another one. It's all down to Berlin, who won't get it done. And Mega are looking so strong on this start to the CT side. I really can't fault how they're playing these retakes here. They're looking really good, playing as a team well.
Yeah, they're just a really cohesive unit at this point, aren't they? They're just able to put their synergy on a full display, and definitely are seeing some impressiveness in their play there. See how the dropouts respond now, though, that they are a bit more cashed up. The AKs across them with much more utility at their disposal. Does open up their field of play there. Looks like they are going to commit heavily towards the A ramp at the moment, though. Just rushing straight towards it at the moment. Are met by a bit of util damage, however. Could play costly to them, but seems they're not diving any deeper into the pot as yet. But Chocks around the corner could be making them take a dive there as they open things up for one.
Oh, that's just frustrating for dropouts, isn't it? Not able to make the breakthrough. Kevin good for one, Shock's good for a couple. Berlin finally returns serve, but it's only going to be the one he gets. As A-Works, the last one left trying to work through mid, but Sunshines reads it like an absolute book and shuts it down. So another really painful round for dropouts. Just not able to get themselves onto the site. And even when they do, it just seems to be falling apart. It's a bit of an apple and oranges type comparison at the moment, unfortunately, but you know, I've seen some pretty miracle comebacks on the CT side of Vertigo when teams have gone in with a heavy deficit, so I'm never ruling a side out, especially after what we saw Renegades do to Tai Lu to qualify for the major in recent times. But dropouts, the more rounds they can get on this T side, the better, you have to say, as they already are one down of this eco round.
See what they are able to achieve, though, as ADK finds one back. Panda King taking a few shots there, does recover it on into Sunshine. Same could be said of Kevin, however. It's all going to be down to these last two Ts here. Thinking about the way forward for themselves. They've got zero utility, only the MP7 as well as the AK. CTs around every which corner. ADK closest to them now, ready and waiting. Panda King surely has to clear this out, but they don't get the chance. Go down with the ship. Hula Bula at least pulling ahead on the trade-off there. Anio catching them off guard, though, and will be able to discard another round in favor of Mega C5s.
Man, it's just good CS at the moment from Mega, getting the job done. Just trying to capitalize on their momentum, obviously. I was excited to see the MP7. You don't get to see that too often. Just like you don't get to see the M4A4 much these days. They're kind of a bit of a forgotten species amongst Counter-Strike. The M4A1S, it's really hard to look past it at the moment, just ever since the Riptide update last year. It's just really made the A1S just such a viable choice. As Berlin gets one there, that's a viable choice. Getting one on the board there. Anio taking a bit of damage as well. So this is a good start now for the T side, but that stuff... Oh, I think Anio stopped shooting because he thought he got the kill, and it just allows Hula Bula to come in and relieve the pressure. Bring it to the 5v3, but a couple of members tagged up for the dropouts. Could cause for a bit of a headache later in this round.
We'll see what the T's might be able to create from this one, as they're already two ahead. Looking to spread themselves through towards the B site. And now fire goes on the site, gives away Sunshine, and the kill comes from it. Two more players remain now, Shocks and Kevin. And it will just be Kevin now. Last man standing here. Does have the orb in hand, so wouldn't put it past them just to try and save that out. The CT economy is still ever lively, though, considering how much money they truly have. So even if they lose here, it's going to be fine. They'll be right as rain there. Wouldn't put it past Kevin to go for some kills. See how they do hear people around the corner. And there goes one, dropping them down. That's going to give that information to the rest of the teams, though. You can see a pincer approach being enacted here. They find another kill, but it is going to be two and no more to come through. Dropouts take away their second. And now Mega C5s, they're looking to respond alongside a pause.
Tell you what, Mega, they're going to be happy with that result. That was played really well from Kevin. Vertigo's a really hard map to save on, I think, sometimes. So they've got to be really happy with how that one's played out and how they were able to take a couple down with them, especially with a struggling T side to get any sort of economy happening. That is just going to help so much. A lot of work left for them to do now. They still need to keep this moving. As we have got another disconnect again. Hopefully not too far away from getting that one sorted out. But Matt... As Petty King is back in this one. But Matt, what are you making of this so far? Mega, they just appear to me to be playing some really solid Counter-Strike.
Yeah, I think they've just been watching a bit of the major, and they're just bringing that major energy into this gameplay here, Charisma. I definitely feel like they're pumped up, ready to just play some darn good Counter-Strike. And we are seeing exactly that from them all through this series here. Definitely eager to see a bit more heading into this upcoming round, though, as the player has returned. The return of the king, if you will. And it will be around number 11, kicking off strong here. Both teams on relatively even footing. No AWP on the CT side, but AWorks is donning it. So maybe an edge afforded to the T's here. We'll see who can land the first shot, though, as they flow mostly towards the ramp.
It's worth noting that this is dropoUTS map pick as well, which is not ideal for them. But I've seen a lot of teams struggle on the T side, then on their map pick, and then they come out flying in CT just because they feel a bit more comfortable. They know how to hold. And that's like, the people don't even think about that stuff sometimes. Like, they think about, like, they must have picked that map because they've got some really good T side strats. But sometimes it's about how comfortable you feel on the CT side. You got to say, like, sometimes you just feel like you feel comfortable on a certain map playing defense. And it could be this map for dropoUTS. So I'm excited to see what they can do on the CT side. But as I said earlier, they can't let this scoreline get away from them too much. That's the big concern for me at the moment. But they are just looking a bit stuck right now. They're not really sure how they're going to get up this ramp, but they know they want to. And it's, you know, it's a lot like a chocolate cake. You know, it's bad for you, but you just want to keep having a little taste and a little look. And they will keep that, having those little taste bites. Will they take a big slice of the cake? And it looks like they might. They're going to commit to this one, a couple of the players at least, to try and explore this A option.
We'll see if they are going to be able to find positivity out of the explorations there. As they get closer and closer now, CT's flash on through, prepared for a swing. Hula Bula takes advantage, is shut straight down though, alongside Mr. Navorsky there. The T's are still evaluating their options, however, but they're fully committing towards A now. Kevin, great peek from above there, swinging on through. Somehow they're alive out of it, and Anio pulls through for the last. So, the CT's managed to hold through the assault there and take away a 9th round for themselves. Going to really be a hit to the T economy, but seems they're still going to be able to mostly buy up here. Maybe even everybody gets to buy. As a matter of fact, there you go. Everyone's all good. The utility, not so good though. So this could be a bit of a harsh one for them. We'll see how it plays out though, Charisma.
Yeah, when they've got a bit more utility, I think I'd like to see a bit faster of a hit come through, just to see how Mega handle the pace. Because at the moment, well, that's a good pick. AWorks a bit of mid-aggression there, getting it done on Sunshines. And then AEL will fall, but Kevin pulling one back. AWorks getting it done. This is a better change of pace for me. This is looking far stronger, and they're just blowing Mega out of the water.
Let's see what else will be blowing out of the water here. As it is the 2-on-3 situation now. One CT towards each side. Kevin doesn't know where to look. Will be shot in the back right here, right now. Unless nothing. Because Hula Bula gets it done there. Living it all down to ADK. AWorks around the corner, lying in wait. Ready for their prey. And manages to save the day for the dropoUTS. As they take a 3rd round now. And Mega certainly need to find an answer towards the end. They're going to be wanting at least double digits as we head towards closing time on this half here.
Yeah, beautiful change of pace from dropoUTS. This looked far stronger and way more confident moving through that. There was a couple of little isolated duels there that could have gone awry, but I mean, they did well, and I trust their ability to win those. And they do get the early peak there on Sunshines and not able to get it done. Sunshine's trying to make something happen there. This is an important round. If the T-side can win this, despite the 9 rounds on the board for Mega, if dropoUTS win this, it's going to be a save coming from Mega and potentially an opportunity to nab a 5th round. But they just got to claim this 4th, as Kevin will be the real threat, you'd have to imagine. Holding mid and a Neo getting it done. Oh, and it's getting very scary here on ramp for the dropoUTS. I'm a little worried how much they're going to commit to this, and they might just get caught out a little bit too late into the round before it's recoverable. But Hula Bula will look to navigate his way up in the gap to the sandbags. That's a very geeky angle, and I love it.
I'm loving it too, my good man Charisma. And we'll see if there's more lovable angles and kills to come through in the rest of this round. As the T's stack up towards ADK, the Destroyer is ready. Gets a kill on the angle again, just on the catwalk there. Panda King looking to recover again as well, however. Does find 2 kills out of it. Kevin's gone, and that is the side going completely to the way of the dropoUTS there. I'm loving to see this change of pace, as you touched on earlier. How they're really starting to feel confident, get into their element here.
Yeah, like, by all means, take your time, like finding where you want to take the site. But when you're gonna do it, just commit to it. And I think that's what's the key for dropouts, having some good rounds. And they're really reaping the benefits of that. And it's now forced AEL to save. And like I said earlier, they might have to save this one. Sunshines does have 2k to work with. AEL will recover the M4A1S with the Incendiary. So there's a couple of things to work with there for them. But they're just going to be careful they actually don't walk into this crosshair of AEL right like that. And that's a clever choice. Walk away. Don't recontest that one. So that's going to be a nice little round there for them. One they can tank to the bank. And it's a big couple of rounds left now. If dropouts can get 2 more, these last 2, this is really anybody's game. And it's a good little bit of spice added to the mix as Mega really had it all going their way. And now they're finding some really good resistance.
Let's see just how far that resistance can reach here. Whether it takes them towards a 9-6 scoreline or whether it will be 10-5, as already we start off with a trade to begin, so the CTs managed to redeem a weapon for themselves. See if that play is to be useful or not, though. Ooh, good shot there. Does take Hullabulla to 63, but Sunshines does go down in the end. AEL still being a thorn in their side, though, has found 1 kill out of it. It's going to be spotting for Mr. Navorsky. AWorks finds one back in the meantime. AEL's gone. It's up to Chox now. Does catch one. 2 players remain here. AWorks on the AWR. Hullabulla on the AK. Chox has 1 flashbang. And that is all. Their dreams may come true, or they may turn to a bitter nightmare. But no, they found one. Hullabulla responds. And it will be a 9-5 scoreline secured there. But my word, Mega definitely taking it to them. Despite being a disadvantage, they go down to the last man.
Yeah, Mega, they get a bit of a heart in your mouth type stuff. I thought it was looking... Oh, I felt really scared there for a minute, but they managed to find a way. So a really good effort there from both sides. And Mega now have a bit of a stress on their back to kind of claim this 10th round, especially after how well they started. Yeah, Counter-Strike, it's a bit of a snowball of momentum type game. 1 minute, it's all heading away, but if that momentum just changes in just a moment, it feels like it's well out of your reach again. And for Mega, they look like they're a bit overwhelmed now on the CT side. They've got 1 over at B, 1 in mid, and then the rest are over at the A site. It's an interesting little thing to note, which isn't necessarily going to work for them as the bomb is heading over towards B. And it's going to put a lot of pressure on this B hold to get it done. Berlin with the Desert Eagle working the mid, while the rest of the team is going to get ready to hit this B site.
And here they come. Berlin sends one down. ADK and Neo send 2 right back. ADK still on the hunt as well. Takes down the carrier. Knows one's around the corner. AWorks hits the miss there. Does go get it in the second instance, however. Hullabulla good for the same, but both now down to 16 and 9 HP respectively. Certainly need to try and hold on here. Hullabulla's gone though. AWorks gonna have to hit some critical shots around this corner. They're tiptoeing around. They're looking to find somebody. Both CTs are ready to play off of each other, however. Time is of the essence, and there it goes. Chox takes it away for the 10-5 scoreline at halftime.
That was always going to be just such a hard task to do it with such low HP. It was just a bloodbath. ADK been massive on that B site so far throughout this game, and shows out why. Now the dropouts, they get their chance on the CT side to try and get the job done. Excited to see how they get it done here.
We'll certainly find out as we head in to round number 16 now, the first of the second. It is going to be dropouts on CT. And speaking of, Panda King is turning into the headshot king there. Taking away 2 kills already. Looking for a third around the corner. ADK goes down. It's another one biting the dust there. He's still shooting. Still getting the headshot. So a whole team seems to be getting headshots at this point. It's all going to be up to Sunshines now. 1 versus 5. Here's the steps around the corner. Knows Mr. Navorsky is ever close. Looks like they're going to swing for it, and they get a headshot of their own. Nobody is missing in this one. Ever precise with these pistols. And Sunshine's trying to keep the sun alive, but AWorks gets it done, and it will be another one biting the dust there. The dropouts take away the 6th.
Yeah, good round there for the dropouts. They'll be able to buy SMGs and rifles into this one. And this game, all of a sudden, is taking a totally different complexion to what it was looking like when it was 9-1 or 9-2. So a nice little mix-up. It's nice to see these games not be so one-sided. We expect nothing less from an upper bracket game, of course. And it's been such a great season of AEL Uni as Panda King gets one, but Kevin there to trade it out, and that's an M4A1S on the deck. And that causes a bit of issues now, and Shocks won't be able to clear, and Navorsky gets a couple for free.
Definitely going to be happy with the kills they've gotten so far. Sure, they lose one in the process. Make that a second. Sunshine's actually pulling through there. But alas, no more to fall on the CT side. So, good little way to play it out for both teams there. We'll see how round number 3 of the second half plays, considering now the T's are on their AKs. They got the util to match it. CT's still going to be on their previous round weapons there. Definitely have enough to stop them. We'll see if it is going to be up to the task, as now both teams flow their way towards the respective sites, getting ready to set to their defaults.
Oh. And it's tense here on the A ramp. Mega, they're going to be looking for a bit more success than what their opponents found on the A ramp. That's a really good Molotov coming through from Sunshine. Just to force away that mid control now. There's only provides one angle he can swing from, but I believe Sunshine's will back away. A Neo good for one, Kevin good for another. So this is a good little side take coming in from Mega, looking to put the foot down here on the T side and close this game out after a strong start, but a slippery middle, as it does bring it to the 3v5 and fairly good side control here. They've got to be careful of Panda King up high though.
Let's see if the King will be able to come down from their throne there. Zone out some kills for their team, perhaps. It seems Mega now are taking advantage of their positions. Bomb goes down. CT's probably just going to opt to the Tibulate at this point, I'd say, considering that they still have some money to play with. Maybe can get a buy for their teammates in the next one. They could go for it, but it now gets a little bit worse as AWorks has gone down there. That could have been one of their key contributors. And now another one follows. Mr. Navorsky falling apart there. It's just up to the Panda King. They're tucked away in this corner, but the T's, they're getting close. They're getting too close. They've found the Panda King. 1-for-1 trade, and it will be the round going the way of Mega. So unfortunately for the dropouts, they save nothing. And they're going to have to really weigh up their options heading forward, considering a couple of them fully ecoed out. I'd say it's going to be just pistols, but no. They're going to force it up, see what they can play with.
Oh, this is so risky. Yeah, I like the idea if they get a kill here, but Sunshine's, that is really good spray control, or the trigger discipline more or less. Had the opportunity to spray, but just paused. Oh, a Neo, that is really good. Gets one there on Berlin, bringing it to the 5v3, and this force round is not looking so good at all as Hulabil will fall as well. It's all left to the two men with the guns in hand. And Navorsky will be there to get one, but Kevin just blocks it out.
Blocks it out and lights it up. Speaking of, it's going to be the Panda King, stopping them from doing any more damage onto the A side there. Is going to force the T's to reconsider, though, as they rush their way through towards a B. Now, just waiting things out, seeing if their Panda King reveals, and they will. Deal sealed there by Kevin, and it will be round number 12 now, going the way of Mega, pushing the CTs into a full eco now, and Mega tiptoeing closer and closer towards map 1 here. It's getting to a dangerous scoreline.
Yeah, it is. 12 isn't ideal, but I've seen a lot of teams lose it from here, especially on the T side. So a lot of work left to do yet, but of course it is an eco for dropouts. But they could nab one here in mid for free. They've got an isolated fight there if they can swing together, and the ramp push isn't looking that confident for them either here for Monash. So there's a lot of things to work with here. It doesn't look great right now, of course, with all the rifles just going off left, right, and center. It's not a totally unworkable situation. Oh, and look at that. Sunshine takes the headshot from the P250, and now really low. This is what I'm saying. They could nab a free gun here.
Definitely going to be hoping for that. That is for certain. Just waiting for that one moment, which really could define their chances. Speaking of, kills already coming through there. Good couple in favor of the T's, but AWorks has found one back. This could be a little better for the CT side, considering they've got an AK of their own now. But with their players falling down one after the other, it's still not the best position they have been placed in. At least for the T's sake, they have got the bomb down, but just like that, Berlin's got another weapon down. That's 2 AKs taken out of the round there by the dropouts for the price of nothing. If they can save those, if they can save one of them, it might be alright. 2 would have been better, but one's okay. You know, it's not bad.
I mean, T-Side got money. They'll be happy to take the rifle out of their hands here if A works. If they can, but they also understand that's probably not the wise choice. So, that'll be the end of that. And another round in the books for them. Mega looking really strong. But we saw this on their CT side. Started really strong, looked good, and then it really slipped away from them. So I'm yet to be convinced until they've actually closed this game out and we do get ourselves over to Inferno. But if I'm dropouts, I'm probably feeling worried because I saw Mega on Inferno the other day and they were seriously strong. So yeah, they want to try and get this map pick, I think. If they can try and claw it back, I'll be really happy. I'll be impressed, but also it's a hard deficit to come back from, to say the least.
See what they can manage here as we do push our way into round number 21. And it will be both teams waiting to see what they can find around the corner. Speaking of, Sunshines might find a nasty surprise around the corner very soon. A young Panda King hiding on top of the sandbags there. Ooh, they do spot the slither of an angle. They know there's someone there now. In the meantime, Chox could be spotting something as well as they push a bit of fire towards the A site. Everybody just playing these information picks at this point, trying to see if they can catch anything. I think there is going to be a bit more dedication, however, going towards A.
All the resources starting to shape up towards A now. But there's a couple... Sunshine's 80k. They're working their way over towards the B site, which might prove to be a bit of a headache here if they're not aptly prepared for it. We'll be panicking. Holding mid. Well, it's all going to be on Navorsky to try and get it done here with the M4A1S. I feel like he feels like there might be someone there. I'm really interested to see how he works his way through. I know it's the flash, and that forces him back a little bit. It really just puts him in a better place to hold an angle as A Neo starts to work his way over towards the B side now. And I think it will be the hit coming in. As it's a bit of a split attack now. There's members all over the place, and it's not really working at all for Mega as they finally get one. Time ticking away. The bomb needs to get down. And they will get it. In fact, they're going to come away with this round. This is remarkable.
Definitely impressed with the many-pronged approach coming through their charisma. We'll see what else will be in store for the dropouts here. As Mega get one step closer towards a map point here. Definitely looking to try and get in that direction. A-Works forcing up the AWP, the rest forcing up whatever they can here. It's going to be absolutely imperative that A-Works finds an early kill here for their team. And if they don't, well, that could spell trouble. That could spell a potential ending to this first map. And that would be absolutely disastrous if you are a Dropouts fan. Definitely going to be trying to hold on as much as they can. Try and see if they can reverse this one through to a more favorable scoreline. But so far, everyone's just playing their game, just holding tight. Steadily pushing for positioning here. No one's found anything yet until now.
It's a great read from A-Neo. Just to acknowledge that there might be a bit of a flank on. Shuts it down. And gets one for free. So now the CT side, not in the favorable position. They've just got the Desert Eagle, the UMP, the MP7, and the AWP to work with. And that's a beautiful little HE grenade coming in there from Kevin. The utility usage has been really good from Mega tonight. I think, oh, my word, Kevin, swatting flies. A-Works does a bit of his good work on his own.
We do love the good work of A-Works there, but it seems their teammates are being dropped down, and A-Works follows. It's all up to the Panda King now. 1-on-4 situation here. Has the nade and the molly available to them. Let's see if they go for this one or whether it is going to be saving to play for overtime instead. Panda King is nowhere near this bomb right now, so probably is just going to be a case where they latibulate, play for exits, but they've been spotted by ADK and Co now. It might not be so good. In fact, it's terrible, as Panda King is gone now. Map point goes the way of Mega, and dropoUTS economy is not in the best state.
No, I think this might be a game, set, and match. The buy is going to be very awkward. And Mega, they'll be buying for the next few rounds, even if they lose this one. So, it'll be a hard fight to go for. But AWorks, I love this. I love it a lot. That's great. Good aggression. And, oh. That's right, you can... He's got an ace in one way or another.
My word. That's unfortunate there, mate. But at least, you know, CT's still going to be on top and will be even more so as they catch Sunshines and manage to take away a round for themselves. I definitely respect the gamble play coming through from them there. Just really deploying that hasty approach straight through towards the approaching players on B stairs. And they all get completely wiped off the map. That's going to instill some new build confidence in the dropoUTS there. But also, it's going to re-establish their buy. They're pushing a lot more into this one. They're going pretty quickly towards stairs. Let's see if Mr. Dvorsky can hold them off.
Oh, they're not going to clear this angle. Or they try to, but Dvorsky shuts it down, but Chops there to provide the relief, and they need to clear out Panda King, and they will. I loved what dropoUTS were going for, fighting a bit of aggression with aggression, and it still might work here. It is the 3v3. It's going to be a tensile retake.
Shots coming through there. Charisma, Hula Bula. Going to be taking down Chox, looking for a little bit more out of it. Bomb is still in play though. Bit of fire coming on the side, however, alongside the orb shot. It does get responded to quickly by AWorks. They're holding the bomb down. ADK doesn't realize, and just like that, the dropoUTS take away round number 9 for themselves. They're still alive. They are not barely breathing. They are full lung capacity, and they are ready to breathe some straight fire.
Breathe some straight fire indeed. My word, they are looking good right now. I've loved this aggression getting in the face of Mega, not letting him really set up. As AWorks gets another one on Sunshines, so this is taking quite the complexion now for Mega, who can't seem to. And there it is again, Panda aggression up mid, and that's the bomb, I believe, on the deck. And real headaches coming through now for Monash, who can't make a breakthrough. It's all falling apart at the seams. 80k, the last one left. Can you believe it?
Oh, I can believe it, all right, Charisma. I can believe a lot of things, and I believe in miracles. Let's see if they are going to be able to make these miracles turn into dreams come true here. As it is going to be last man standing, ADK against the world here. Pushing around the corner is Mr. Dvorsky. They spotted the foot there. They're going to spot the kill. And it will be the dropoUTS to take away a 10th now. Sending Mega down to basically an eco for some of them, you'd think, but no. The economy pretty spread, and they will be able to buy up for their teammates. So, they're not down and out yet. This could be their last buy for a while, though, as they push into round at number 26 now. Just going to be pushing their way around. Think about the angles they want to approach from. One already coming up the ladder there, getting a bit closer to the A site. Their teammates thinking about getting a bit closer as well. Just trying to set themselves up. Speaking of, Chox knocks one down.
And this is a better start. Now, can they capitalize? Dvorsky will put the smoke down. Berlin using a bit of utility to slow down any sort of push that might be coming through. And it all goes a bit quiet now. Utility, the only noise being made across this map. Everyone's shift walking, not willing to give away their position. It looks like the T side might look to take a bit of mid control here against Panda King. If they can catch this one out, this might just be enough to blow the round open. The molly will insinuate to Panda King that there might be a bit of mid presence. He does need to be careful.
Caution is required here. We'll see if that caution will work out for them. Berlin gets forced out, but gets the kill. They play, and they manage to play for keeps. It will be a trade found, however, and ADK goes down as well. So 3-on-3 situation now. Things back to even Stevens for both rosters. Time is starting to pick up, however. Mega desperately need to get a move on because otherwise the time won't be on their side and they're going to have to force into the battlegrounds pretty much empty-handed. 20 seconds to go now, though. CT is just relying heavily on their utility. T's doing a bit of the same, however, rushing straight for the bomb, trying to fake out the plant initially. Little do they realize, Mr. Navorsky's right behind them. Sunshines might not be aware of this. There it is. It does come through twofold now. Last one standing is Kevin. They're now caught off guard again. Mr. Navorsky single-handedly redeeming this round for their team. Bomb is going to be defused, and that is going to be another one going the way of the dropouts.
I'm not sure if there was like a breakdown in communication there, but whoever planned the bomb didn't turn around to Navorsky's push, and it was just another free one. So that's just a quick little 2 there for Navorsky, who really won his team the round, you'd have to say. So they're going to be happy about that, the dropouts. Can they continue getting the momentum heading their way? That's what's key. They've come this far. It would be such a shame if they let it slip out of their grasp from here, but I've got good faith that they can get the job done.
Let's see if they can manage it here as they do push their way through now. Let's see exactly what is going to happen here. Ooh, looks like they are just waiting around the corner at the moment. Desperately just playing things out here. Trying to see what is going to be around the corner. Looks like the T's are thinking things through for the time being. Ready and waiting for what could be around. Looks like it is just going to be at a stalemate for the moment, however. Mega certainly thinking their way through this one. AEL going to be chucking utility towards B now. Their teammates ever present and waiting around the stairs. Sunshines gets boosted up. No sound made as yet. AWorks might not catch this one, but they've got the right angle for it. We'll see if they can find it. Flash comes through. They get the shot. It pulls through for them, leaving it down to Chox and AEL now. 2 men left to do everything. This is a crucial moment, Charisma. And they pull through!
And Chox has blown this open, but panicking, waiting there with the M4. That'll be that. Now it's all left to AEL. You can't imagine he'll be able to get this one against all the numbers. In fact, I don't even think he'll be able to take down panicking. That'll be the round. Science sealed and delivered, and Neo did all he could, but it just won't be enough. And the 12th round in the books. This is absolute manic now, right now on Vertigo, who, you know, Mega, they've had so many opportunities to close this one out, but we saw it on the T side. It was the change of pace for dropouts that helped them get those last few rounds to surge their way into the end of the first half. And now when their backs up against the wall on the CT side rather, again it was the change of pace that surged them into the game. So they seem to play better when they play fast.
Let's see if they can get a bit faster again, go a bit fast and furious. As they do push their way into this one. The T's actually catch one of them off guard there. Good trade-off. Pistol for a rifle? I'll take that any day of the week. They might be flanked out by Hula Bula though. No. Hula Bula's gone. This is huge for the T's. They're getting weapons for free here. Another one? Surely not. This is amazing. They've managed to crack this open on an eco. Oh my gosh! It's only AWorks now in a 1-on-3. The T's, they've got all the tools at their disposal, but AWorks has the tools as well. They've found 2 kills so far, leaving it down to a 1-on-1 situation here. Sunshine's perfect utility for this. Has the incendiary grenade. They can easily push that onto the bomb. Smoke on it now, though. This is great for AWorks. They're faking it out. Ooh, Sunshine's given their position away. AWorks is attempting it again. Sunshine's finds the angle, and that is the map going the way of Mega.
I'm so confused that was the round that Mega did it, but I've seen it so many times that it's just like they lose all these rifle rounds, they can't quite make the breakthrough, and then it's just on this eco round where they run it down and it just seems to do it. And it was that one rifle that was sacrificed on ramp that after that it just snowballed. So a good round and a good finish for Mega. A little shaky there. Now they get to head over to their map pick, which should make things really interesting for dropouts who have a lot of work to do But having said that, Matt, it is Inferno, a map that's well played and well versed for a lot of people that play Counter-Strike in Australia. So although it is their map pick for Monash, I think it's still anyone's game.
Absolutely agree with you there. And whilst we do set up a map number 2, everybody, we are just going to head to a short break. So we will be back in just a minute. Welcome back, everybody, to the AEL CSGO playoffs. Coming to you live with Matzi and Charisma. We've seen a map number 1 go the way of Mega. We are heading the way of map number 2 very shortly, as it is going to, I'll just clarify it for you guys, it is actually going to be a best of 3 in the playoffs here, as normally, you know, we got our best of 2s into the regulation there, but it is a best of 3 this evening. We are going the full distance. If we do see the dropouts take away map 2 here, they're certainly going to be trying their hardest for it, but if Mega take it away, that will be it for the series.
Yeah, so a lot of pressure on dropouts to kind of find a bit of a recovery here. It's a good fight back from dropouts in on Vertigo there. Of course, it was their map pick, so a little bit disappointed they weren't able to get away with that one. But look, I still think they can claw their way back into this one. The big issue for them, or the big roadblock will be for them, is that I casted Monash the other day during the AEL, and they looked really strong in Inferno, and they looked really well organized. So it could be a bit of an issue. And things with Inferno, like it's a very utility heavy dominated map, and how you can play those like those high angles and those low angles, because there's so many different options on sides. Yeah,
it's really important to think about your approach. That's absolutely right there, Lockie, and I'm pretty keen to see exactly what kind of approaches we're going to see from both of these teams, you know, because obviously we think that we might know a map, but then the players in every which team globally always seem to find another cheeky little angle, another way to approach a map that we hadn't even thought of, you know. Like I saw a very impressive run boost actually on Overpass in the past, where they'd actually managed to launch a Molotov all the way through towards the T stairs just outside of Monster there, so they weren't even able to get to Monster. So that was pretty impressive to see something like that come through, you know, just when you think you've seen it all. Now you have. But now we are getting into game now, I believe. So let's get this game underway. dropoUTS going to be on CT and Mega going to be on T. There is going to be a pause though. So pause champ in the chat. We're not getting ready yet. It's a false start. Somebody pulled the fire alarm.
Yeah, just on what you said though, that like I think run boosts are a really great way to catch off your opposition if you can do them well. We've seen a fair bit in mid, like top mid, on the CT side. The run boost just to try and go down mid on an eco round, do it with a bit of pace, catch someone off guard. It proves to be valuable a lot of the time. So I'm interested to see how these teams use maybe the run boost to higher angles above, you know, Diggity, the planter box on B, a couple of different options there, maybe oranges. So I'd see how it all goes, but we are too far away from getting ourselves into this one. I think the technical difficulty is just about fixed. A little bit of
Perhaps
just having some internet issues, but you get that with the big jobs, don't you?
That's right. Don't worry, we'll be back in the game. He's going to be running around, screaming in the background, saying, let's get this game underway, let's make this happen. And I reckon they could have an answer very soon when we do head into game. Ooh, speaking of, here it is, Charisma. This is it. The unpause has come through. The game is ready to go.
Yeah, we're ready to get ourselves underway for map number 2. Of course, this is Monash's map pick. Looking to wrap this series up in a 2-0 sweep, whereas dropoUTS, all the pressure's really on them. You have to imagine to try and get something happening here. At least they have the luxury of starting here on the CT side. Can they come through and produce a bit of brilliance? Looks like Mega, they'll shape up over towards here. They won't expect the dualies. And they will trade it out with a bit of struggle, but Chock's getting it done. And now they do waterfall out of the apartments and Chock's through the smoke. I'm not sure about that one, but he does get it.
What a shot there, Charisma. Gotta love that if you're a Mega fan, that's for sure. And speaking of, the dualies get some action there, taking down Berlin. And Quantum able to respond back with a P250 though. Let's see what this Glock Water Elemental can do here from the graveyard position. ADK winning around the corner. Does have their teammate in Chocks, just playing the spotter at the moment. Trying to see if they can catch any information. No kid on Quantum either, so it is going to be critical they go for a defusal here or just play for kills. It seems that's all they're going to be able to do at this point. Play for kills, play for exits, and Mega will be able to secure the round. There it goes. 0-1 in their favor. AK's already coming out in a force. And the CTs, they're just going to chill out on this one, eco it out, look to play for round 3 instead.
Yeah. I think it's a smart choice. We still have some dropouts in map 1. I just think it's a smart choice for them just to not let this get away from them too early. And 3 rounds is not ideal. Especially when you're coming up against a team like Mega, you've just got to respect them a little bit and just go, yeah, okay, let's just take the eco. Oh, and Chocks will take his head, but ANEO trades it out, and AWorks will fall, and a bit of team damage coming behind ANEO, but they will waterfall out apps once again with the AKs and the MAC-10. The bomb will get down, and that will be another tough retake for the CTs, but they do have 3 to do it, so if they can get 1 or 2 here, it's very doable.
Let's see if they manage it now, as the CTs may just get spotted. In fact, they will both go down immediately, getting a dink onto Sunshines, however, but it is going to be just Mr. Navorsky now, chilling out on their lonesome in Banana, just filling with their knife there. Does have the taser available in the Zeus, so if someone gets a bit too close to the sun, we could see a very electrifying experience coming our way. I don't think anyone's going to be heading all the way towards Banana, though. I mean, the closest player right now is Anio, right? And honestly, they have a more favorable angle. Mr. Navorsky playing long distance there. Looks like they're not going to meet eye to eye, however. No one getting close enough. Mr. Navorsky gonna at least be able to save the Zeus out of the round. And will be able to buy up with their team heading into round number 3.
So important round coming for dropouts to try and hold on. No one's taking the bomb. Oh, I don't know about that. That's at least take us somewhere up near T-Ram, gentlemen, please. But yeah, they obviously know what they're doing. And it will be a lot of mid presence here actually for the T side. Banana presence, and they finally do go back for that bomb. I think they just realized they didn't have it. Smokes come through to Diggity. Opens up an opportunity for Chocks to try and push through to the arches or brackets. Just fall away. Realize it's not worth it. Panda King's there. Navorsky good for 1. 80k. I'm not sure this is a push for him doing it solo after his comrade fell.
Let's see what they can find out of it, however. 5-on-4 situation currently. T's utility running a little low here. They've at least got just under a minute to go, though. We'll see if they can manage to wake up towards the end of this round. Whether it could be falling asleep at the wheel here. Looks like the T's are going to be flashing their way through brackets at the moment, though. ADO taking the lead there. A-Works good to trade it back. Quantum looking to do a bit of the same, though. Does find 2 into the process. Kevin now left by their lonesome. 1-on-4 situation here. Trying to see if they can catch anything else out of it, but the time is starting to slip away from them. They do at least find Mr. Navorsky. They try and go back. It could work out for the worst, but they found 2 kills out of it. Ooh, I like this. They're actually just sending it straight to B. Oh, this is going to be tight. I don't know. Nah, they don't have the time here. They might get the plan after time, but they aren't even going for it. They're just hiding in the smoke, so fair enough. All good. That's just going to be the round, and they survive. Definitely respect the escape strategy.
Everyone will be able to carry a rifle through to this next round for Mega, so that's something, except Shocks, who will require the dig. Did some good work with it in map 1, so I'm going to give it to anyone. He's the man to give it to. Flashes, util, the lot up mid. I'd love to see how Mega go about this one. If you can get good rounds on the T side, you just provide so much opportunity for yourself to win the series. If you're Mega right now, but dropouts, they need to play a good CT side here. They've started well there in their first rifle round. Navorsky, of course, only has the MP9. I believe it was Navorsky in map 1 who came flying down B stairs to get 4 kills for absolutely nothing with that said MP9, so never discount it. There is one player all the way up towards the B side. Sunshine's has crept his way into that cubby at the top of Banana. And Molly would put him in a great deal of trouble. He's got a smoke there to combat it. The T side looking a little bit lost right now on how they're going to go about this one. They're still trying to develop a bit of a plan to break onto the A side, but they are about to do it. Sunshine's on the lurk.
On the lurk for now, and we'll see just how long that will last. Whether they might be able to find something else out of this here. As the T's flow their way through middle now. Looking to see if they can get some action on the B side right here. Setting up the utility. Smokes coming through. It's only Berlin on B right now. Already finds 1 kill. Looks like they've actually got a lurker for the T side through towards the A side. So not causing full rotation. Berlin doing more than enough, however. There's no smokes going down to CT. And the T's will be able to actually be shut down in almost their entirety. Chocks, last man standing, goes for it in the end, but at the end of the day, that's going to be it. Dropouts, take it away, 2 for 2 now, and send Mega straight into a full eco here. This is proving to be a bit of a different game.
Yeah, a bit of a tale of 2 stories right now, tale of 2 maps, if you will. Mega on the eco. Tech 9, CZ, Zeus for 80k. I'm interested to see if that one comes into play. A-Works saw the jump, ready for that. Deals with it appropriately. You can't just peek out of Mexico like that and expect not to get punished. Mega, they're more or less just looking to do some damage to the economy here, I think. They're not trying to necessarily get around. They're just trying to
annoy dropouts, but they won't even get that luxury as they do get cleaned up, trying to get something happening. AWorks and no scope for good measure.
No scope for good measure. You love it to see that, honestly. And we'll see what else will come through. Maybe they'll be shooting three-pointers just like the Lakers. Who knows? We're certainly going to be looking for the shots to come through for their team right here now, however. As we do see both teams are shaping up to get in position. T's dedicating whatever they can. They've got an AWP. Bit of util, there's plenty of smokes and molly, but one key factor here is there's no flashes. So they're going to be playing off just straight setups with no extra bit of fluff there in the flashes to really support them. We'll see what might actually come of this though, heading into the rest of the rounds. The T's start to gain some ground on Banana, looking to venture around that corner, but there is a bit of a two-pronged approach awaiting for them around the corner. We'll see if they whip out the meat fork.
Oh, and the meat fork paying dividends already as ADK and Sunshine combined for a big 1-2 hit there. Absolutely pronging dropouts out of this map, and Chox, he's delivering the final blow, and that will be pretty much all she wrote. You have to imagine AWorks looks to try and contest this. Ooh! And now Mega all of a sudden have to be careful, but ADK comes through and delivers the final blow.
We do love to see the final blow come through there. It's the final countdown. The good stuff into the round there, and it will be round number 7 coming to you live here. CTs have brought up what they can, but Panda King is going to be taken down a notch on to the 5.7 instead of a rifle this time. See if it stops them though, as AWorks seems to put a lot of stopping power straight through towards the B side, completely forcing the T's to reconsider their options as to whether they approach B or maybe they turn tides and go towards A instead.
Looks like they will persist with Banana. Decent HE there from Berlin. Taking the health of Sunshine's just a touch, and that might be enough to back away. They just can't see a world where they're making a breakthrough there, and frankly, neither can I. Checks the Zeus still works. Does then. Doesn't anymore. It's now broken. Panda King waiting in pit with that 5.7. I'd love to see him holding a bit of a closer angle if he's going to play the 5.7. But they do start to set up these utils to get a bit of an A execute coming through. 3 stacked over towards this A side, but of course only coming against that 5.7 potentially, which could be just enough to kind of almost negotiate it back to a 2v4 on the site take rather. Smokes come through, but they're not going about any great deal of pace here, Mega, and that's concerning for me. It's allowing the rotate to come through potentially.
Let's see if the rotate will be in order now, though, as Sunshines opens it up and follows it through into an A side take here. The bomb will go down and the preparations have been laid. And the CTs are wondering exactly how they should play this one. It would seem they're not going to approach it at all. They only have a flashbang and just straight weapons. They don't know what they could be walking into. So the only option at this point is to latibulate. This does give a bit of wind into the sails of Mega here because, you know, they were off to a little bit of a dry spell there, but now they're starting to really pick themselves back up, push themselves towards the lead again. This is definitely looking to be quite a tight game because we've seen this back and forward approach where both teams are just able to trade rounds here. I'm eager to see who's going to be able to build a significant lead leading towards the end of this half, let alone the end of this map.
Yes, I said I was concerned there was enough time for the rotation to come through, but it actually worked the opposite. One of the players that was on A rotated around the B, and that's what more or less provided the hole for the breakthrough. And it will be panicking, opting in for the Mag 7. Yeah, you see that often. MP9, AKs. So, look, they've got guns to work with here, the CT side, but they need to really make sure they're getting these first picks and they're capitalizing on top of that. But the pace change is a bit volatile from Mega right now. One moment they're looking to go quick, another they're slowing down. And I think dropouts are finding it a little hard to read. And the place you want to be on, as if you're attacking on Inferno, is leaving the CTs feeling a little bit like you're unpredictable. As they do go through another bit of a split attack here.
Let's see what the split will result in, however, as Mr. Navorsky puts a bit of fire and flames just outside of the B site there. Going to contain the T's just a little bit further. We'll see if they are going to be able to push their feet out there and bring the kicks of fury in their bullets, or whether it may be a much more calm approach. They look to employ the Buddhist palm technique, as we have seen in the famous movie Kung Fu Hustle. We'll see if they are going to be able to bring it out here into the brackets, though, as they get closer and closer.
Very patient here from Mega. I'm loving what they're doing. Oh, my word. ADP breaking through. Oh, and you've heard the song Love Isn't Always on Time, but what about kills? Well, maybe not just yet. If Panda King looking to do something with the mag, 7 gets a kill. He's down to 5 HP. And this is a spicy meatball, to say the least. And I'm not sure a Neo will be... He's missed it, I think. Has he? Oh! Down 19 HP. Surely Graveyard's the best option for him. Oh, he's playing deep Graveyard. I love this angle. This is really clever.
Oh, this is so different. Like, they wouldn't expect
Well,
that
it's
either.
No.
Oh, that's fantastic. Honestly. Well played by Anio there. Just really saving it for their team.
Yeah, I think it was like, it's not only to go Graveyard, but to play like that deep angle on Graveyard, I think was so clever.
Yeah,
Like,
it's different, you know?
Yeah. Like no one does that, and that's what I was saying about the start of the round. Be unpredictable.
They're listening. They hear
Yeah.
you, buddy. They hear you.
Telekinesis.
Loud and clear. Yep, you're like Mr. X right now. You're just playing games in their head, and we'll see if they will be able to find a bit more out of it. They do push forward here. Looking to see if they can dab on the haters. Utility does come forward, however, for the CTs there. Just going to be smoking it off. Looking to see what they can pull out of this one. And it looks like Panda King is going to be able to pull the rabbit out of the hat there. Coming away with a kill. Definitely looking to see if they can pull the Houdini onto it. And it looks like they pulled quite a few more through, as a matter of fact. Leaving it all down to Kevin. And we'll see if they're going to be able to save the day, just like in Home Alone.
Kevin with a Krieg. Kevin. Working his way towards B. He hasn't got the bomb, but he might just try to make this breakthrough and then fall back at the bomb. Go A. So many different preaching type players coming out. And Kevin will be shut down by Navorsky. Like many tentacles off an octopus, they just seem to be everywhere right now. The dropouts on the CT side, they're doing a good job. Let's hope they don't get too swamped under by the attack. Can they fight their way back in one more time? Dropouts and bring this back to a 5-all scoreline. Round number 10, an important round. Lucky number 10. Here we go. The frags, the utility. Navorsky took that Krieg off Kevin, so an interesting one to opt in for. Bit of a funny buy coming through for the T side. Interested to see how they can negotiate this one. Quantum might be in trouble, and he will fall eventually. And now a Neo working his way through apps.
Working their way downtown into apps. They're going to get the bomb down, and they are going to be happy with this meaty forked approach there. 4 players pushing in. It's a 4-pronged approach up against the 2-pronged approach in Berlin and Mr. Navorsky there. We'll see if a 2 may be greater than 4, or whether 4 may be the power needed in order to secure this one. Looks like the CTs this time, they're just going to call it curtains on this round. Look to live to fight another day heading forward. Considering how close the scoreline is already, though, I wouldn't take it outside of the realm of possibility to see potentially an 8-7 in the works here. Could maybe end up being 9-6, though, depending on how it plays out, but if dropouts run out of steam, we might not even see them win another round heading forward. I feel like that's probably impossible, though. Considering the confidence we've seen from them, I feel like there's at least one more round in the tank for dropouts here. I feel like, you know, after they get their buy back in order, they manage to really hone in and secure things back in their home base. Definitely could see more in these rounds. looking forward though, they've got a few rifles, as well as the MP9 and the 5.7 there. So definitely dedicating whatever they can into this one. We'll see if it works out here.
Yeah, I don't think an eco is totally out. Oh, sorry, not eco. A7 scoreline's totally out of the realm of possibilities here. For dropouts, it's going to require a bit of a strong finish for them. But they need to negotiate one round at a time at the moment. Try and make those breakthrough kills, those impact frags. One player in there is sitting in apps, one bottom mid, couple of a banana, and the bomb still not really committed anywhere just as of yet. It's been a bit of a staple of Megas. They're not willing to commit just yet. They're willing to ride this one out just a touch to see what breakthroughs, and well, that's one right there. Chalk's taking out Navorsky. It had been a bit of a key play for them tonight, but not this time around. He will be taken out of the mix nice and early.
Let's see what will come of this though. Less than a minute to go here. Bomb gonna be just outside of the B site for the time being. Could maybe change up to A though, maybe not, however, as 2 kills come across both sides of the map. A side is open now, it's all up to Panda King. And they don't find anything. So, round number 7 goes the way of Mega. And so too could round number 8. As the CTs are mostly left in eco territory, like maybe they buy weapons for each other here off of it, but that's about all they can muster. A little bit of armor, you see, a grenade or two, but that's really all they're bringing to the table this time. You know, I can respect the simple things, because even with the simplest of approaches, maybe they can find something wonderful out of it. Maybe they can make some magic here.
Yeah, make magic indeed. As AWorks will take a bit of damage there. Oh. And just heavy damage being done across the map. 80k just going straight through the mole. You've got to be keen. Panda King see between first and second orange. Oh, and 80k taking down one. Not sure he'll clear here, but Panda King so low. All it took was one miss.
One miss is all that's required there. See if they are going to be able to get the bomb down out of this one. 2 players remain stacked up on top of each other. They're ready to take away any which player, which might be able to do a bit of damage out of this one. Bomb will go down eventually though. They're ready to throw it against the wall now. Ready to see if they can manage to find any more players around the corner. These CTs not going to have their trap activated, however, as no one's really pushing towards Archway. They could be in a second, though, and it seems that Sunshines hears them loud and clear and cleans house. Middle is taken, and Sunshines shines brightly to take away round number 8 for Mega. And it will be now the dropouts back in business. They're ready to buy up, and they're ready to restock their energy.
Mega, if they can be shot out for a couple more rounds here, 7, 8, very well within the reach of their possibilities. Full buys coming through for both teams. Kevin gonna wield the AWP. Just looking to break that breakthrough. It's a bit of Mega have played such a patient game throughout this series, or especially this map here. They've not really been willing to commit to any sort of sight too early. They just love to explore their options. Dvorsky sitting high diggity here. I'm not sure he will be expected. He will be able to get one and do a lot of damage on the Chalk. So that's a good start. And then 80k catches the shoulder and then swings and clutches Berlin as well. So now when it was all looking very good for dropouts, they again forced them to the back foot.
Hopefully they can put their best foot forward heading into the rest of this round, though. As it would seem, Mega now look to get the bomb down there. Looking to push the utility towards CT spawn as well. CT's not actually making an attempt here to go for anything, just maintaining their distance again. It just seems that there's been a trend towards the end of this half where the T's just force them into these uncomfortable positions, where they're just forced to go for a save or two here. Speaking of, AWorks is down and out now, leaving their AWP at least to their teammate to pick up. Ooh, they barely manage it. T's are going a hunting though. Quantum trapped and gets discarded. It will be Chox and Co to take away round number 9 in their favor now, alongside the Orb away from the CTs. Definitely going to be happy with that one. Oh, I thought they'd save the AK, but no. Mr. Dvorsky is gone. So the CTs are going to be forced to dive deep into their pockets once again here. And it looks like they're just going to eco it out. Deagle City, 5-7 coming to you live. Not too shabby, but definitely not that what they'd be wanting in the second last round of the half.
Oh, and Shock's making the breakthrough there. This game again. Oh, this is not looking good for dropouts at all. Played such a few good starts this half, and it's just slipping out of their hands. Last one is Berlin on the flank. Will be heard. Will take out a Neo. And they know where he is. The molly will shut down mid. He's got bomb there, so he's got a bit of favorable position. Potentially has the ability to shut it out here. The HE grenade will be not good enough. Hides behind that wall. I mean, Mega, they've got to be careful this doesn't get away from them. This is a round they really shouldn't be losing, and Chox, he thinks so too. He gets the job done. 10 for the scoreline. 1 left in this half for dropouts to try and get back on the board.
We'll see if they can manage it. Last a chance to get themselves a little bit more traction before we head into our second half here. Let's see if this is going to be the winner chicken dinner, or whether we could see a bit more of a drawn-out scoreline. Looks like the T's now are establishing themselves already towards Banana, pushing a bit of fire forward just to clear out the sandbags angle. Looks like they've been pushed with a bit of smoke. Speaking of, they've managed to smoke their way past the Panda King. On the B side of things, however, things not looking so good. Same can be said of A right now. Chox already left in a 1-on-3 situation. Dropouts really diving deep here, picking up the energy they need in order to potentially take away something even greater. But let's see what Chox can do as they head straight towards the bomb.
So we're going to see the same scoreline for dropouts. Back-to-back maps, except this time they're on the harder side heading in to the second half. And it looks like this might be Mega's map to lose at this point. They've got it all in their control, all in their favor. And all they have to do is lick it up and round this one out.
Let's see if they can manage to take this one away from themselves. Chox pushing up into the apartments now. Getting ready for this last moment here. Does spot a player on the side. They don't get the shot though. And Mr. Dvorsky takes it away. 5-10 at the halfway point. The dropouts come back just when they needed to. Let's see if they can manage to find a round here into the pistol. Could play out similarly to Vertigo, or we could see something more from Mega. It's certainly going to be tested as we play our way into this one, Charisma. And let's see whose game this is going to be. Who's going to be able to get their initial hands on the power in this tug of war.
And the wise words of Yu-Gi-Oh himself, let's duel. It's time for these two teams to duel it out for the final few rounds of this map potentially. Is Chox only good able to get one there as A-Works gets it done. Berlin good for another, and they might just go around the world here. But oh, Kevin good for one. Kevin not quite able to connect there, just struggling, and Pip at 80k swinging around. So him and AEL now forced to try and get this retake done. They got the USPs, right pistols for the job, but the bomb is trapped in a very unfortunate position. 80k good for one. 80k good for another. That's going to be the end of the round, and a good round from Mega, holding it down, recovering well.
Good recovery to come through there. Does allow Mega to take round number 11 in their favor now. Let's see if they can manage a little bit more, though. Seems on the T-sided camp, they are going to be picking up at least a couple of deagles into this one. Heading towards B site this time. Grenade comes through, doing a slither of damage and quite a bit more. ADK and Co completely eviscerate the T's here. Do lose a player in the process, but it's all worth it, considering they clean house and go straight through towards the third round of the half here. Dropouts now picking up the full buy. Do have the AKs, a bit of util to back it. Certainly trying to set themselves up as close as possible for success here. Let's see if they can find it or whether the CTs done a similar approach to round 2.
Mo goes down, shuts it out. They will push through anyway, the T side. How much respect are Mega going to show? It would seem not too much at all as 80k, good for a couple there. Leaving the last 3 trapped in mid. This HE grenade could be very good. Doesn't quite connect. They do start to slowly work their way out towards, get a bit more mid control. Can they make the breakthrough there and potentially shut out one of these players? If they can take out a Neo who's jumping around. Oh, it's a good flash, but not good enough. But Chox gets one as well, so it is a 3v2.
3v2 still possible, but might not be much longer. My gosh. Just a massacre there with those MP9s, those 4Ts running straight through to the firing squad. And it will be another round going the way of a Mega C5s there. T's going to be stuck onto the pistols here, looking to do whatever they can. Let's see if they can and manage to muster some courage here with the Deagles and the Techie. Looks like they are pushing their way forward though, trying to find a good angle. They have found it. Well done by Quantum there, catching the first. He's going to be traded straight back, however. AWorks caught a little bit too close to the sun.
Well, two's eyes close to the sun and need. T-side's looking a bit frazzled now. They can feel like this game is well out of their grasp. And Panicking making the breakthrough, same for Navorsky. So this game, or this round rather, has taken a total different swing. Last 2 CTs coming up through mid. Trying to make that breakthrough. The DAC was an interesting choice to say the least. Panicking looking to wield that to victory. 80k. He's going to get caught out for free here. He's not going to expect one there. And they're just going to dance. He will eventually cash in. His teammate needs to hurry up. I'm not sure what's taking a Neo so long, but it might have just cost them the round. No tradability there, and it's ultimately left a bit of a headache.
See what will come out of this one, though. At least, for the sake of the dropouts, they're going to be happy to take one round back there. 6-13, but it seems that Mega still going to have enough cash behind them to get a decent buy-through. Kevin going to be the only one really suffering on the Deagle, but even with that, they can still join in the fight. Still find a bit of damage, maybe even a kill or two. Maybe they find a weapon from there. We'll see how it plays, though, as the Dak is still going to be deployed there for AWorks, it would seem. Trying to force their way forward with it, as they dish out a few shots, just making their presence known. So the CTs are aware they can't look to face them face to face, otherwise they are going to be faced with absolute hellfire of bullets. Speaking of, they could find a few more, as they do gain a bit of movement through towards B, but it seems they're diverting towards A now. They've managed to nade out Kevin, forcing them to retreat slightly, but they're not committing to a site yet. They're thinking about the A site, but they can just as easily switch back to B again, considering they've already got such deep banana control.
I'm sitting outside of apps. A bit question, they might just start to drift back towards B. As you said, they do have that deep banana control. It seems they feel pretty convinced by that. They still will have to deal with 2 CTs stacked up onto this site with one ready to rotate. Sitting deep in CT. And it looks like the go call has been made, and they will get the quick rotate from Sunshine to come through to try and hold this one down. The mollies, the smokes, the flashes, they all come through. A Neo good for 1, and the DAC will cash in. Does bring it to that low number of a 3v3 now, as Sunshine's good for 1. It continues just to jiggle around and cause all sorts of headaches, and the planter box boost is good, and it will take out Navorsky.
It seems they're jiggling and not folding there, but it seems they will be able to fold their way through towards that site. Mega taking away the defusal and the round in their favor. 6-14 scoreline now. This is looking absolutely dire for the side of the dropouts. We'll see if they can manage to find something back out of this one. Maybe they get a bit of hope here, the dropouts. They managed to win multiple rounds in a row, push us all the way towards a map victory and map 3. Let's see if they can do it on their full buy.
Can they make the breakthrough here? Dropouts. They're right on the cusp of it. You feel like they're in the mix a lot of these rounds, but just not enough. No DAC this time. Won't be graced with it this time on the server, unfortunately. But, oh, we do. Kevin's got it. So Kevin's using the DAC now. Everyone's getting a go. Oh, and Panda King looked to swing out Boiler Room, and I think the pillar covered his time of opportunity, and Quantum will be able to get one there, and that's good for starting, as now they have the A side control. Only the one player left toward bracket. He might be able to catch the bomb rotation come through here. This could be really big. In fact, he will. Kevin now has the bomb, but he will be caught out trying to swap weapons. Well, that's what you get. Live by the DAC, die by the DAC, as they say. So it does bring it to the 3v2. A Neo and ADK, or just A Neo, forced to try and get the retake done.
Let's see if A Neo will be able to do it. A Neo, bring out the power of the Matrix. We'll see if they are going to be able to do it here. T is going to be set up on the side. A Neo has the flash to rely on if they need to. They've already been spotted, though. They actually catch one. 2 more players remain. Berlin on the AWP, as well as their teammate in Quantum on the AK. And the AWP will get the job done there. So the dropouts managed to raise their hands up, bring out the power, and take away a round in their favor, forcing Mega now down to an eco. So this could be a better time ahead for the dropouts, at least for the moment, until the next buy does come available to the side of Mega. But it seems that for now, Mega have just forced it. They've got the Deagles, and they've got something a bit more unique. They've got the XM, but they've already lost a player, make that 3 players. So this round already proved to be a disaster, but hey, at least the shotty got a kill, right? They got an AK out of it. Kevin definitely going to try and save that one, and the T's, they're just rushing it out to B. They're just happy with how things are going so far, but bomb's not going down quite yet.
Bomb goes down, and Gavin might just look to try and save that AK-47 if he can. That's going to be another one in the books for Mega, or for dropouts rather, who have done it. Mounted a little bit of a strong comeback here. Can they navigate their way through a couple more rounds, potentially close this gap up a little more? Well, that remains to be seen. Excited to see how this one shapes up. It will be Kevin just trying to get into the T-spawn. Don't sit there and try and hold off angles, mate. Just get in there and hide. And that will be the end of another round. So 8 on the books now for dropouts. Looking stronger by the round. If they continue how they're doing this, they're a good shot of blowing Mega out of the water and potentially taking this to a map 3.
Let's see if they can manage to take us to map number 3 here. We definitely love it to see it. Map number 3, that is for sure. Let's see if it is going to come to the light here. CT's at least managing to hold their AK there. They got the Mag 7 out this time as well. A couple of pistols alongside it. It's picking up. Woohoo! ADK. Say g'day to that one. Taking away the opener on the deagle there. The T's are certainly not going to allow these CTs to take away a weapon out of it. Speaking of, they've already pushed a nade in their direction, trying to whittle them down before approaching them head on. The fire comes through as well. Good swing for Chocks to help the enemy team there as they take out their teammate Sunshines. That poor player. All they wanted to do was just help kill the enemy, but it's just not meant to be. It will be for Chocks now, though. They find one back. Double spray down from Kevin. It's down to 1. A-Works, 34 HP. This is actually possible for the TTs, believe it or not.
Yeah, it shouldn't be, but it is. We're here, we're ready, and he gets the info. They know where A-Works is. The flash is good. Now A-Works forced to create a small miracle to try and get this bomb towards Hey, and Chocks with the Mag 7. Oh, that's a tilting.
Naughty.
That's a tilting way to go out. Is not only the way your team fell apart around you, but the Mag 7. I guess that's why they nicknamed it the Swag 7. Wielded with so much swag in that round. It's a double AWP CT setup coming through for Mega. What can they produce for us here?
They can produce the power of the heart of the cards here. We'll see if they will be able to take it away right here, right now. Or whether the dropouts can manage to dive in and take something else. Oh, the sword off does manage to open things up there. 80k's gone. Anio might meet the same fate. No, they will not. They found 2 kills out of it. They do get flanked in the meantime, though. And it will be a good trade to come through as well there. T is going to be pushing the bomb down, however, but they're separated. They might just be cut off by sheer willpower. Speaking of, whew, good shots to come through from Quantum. Does leave it all up to Kevin. Let's see if they can find this 1v1. He could go for it. He's not going to, though. He's thinking about it, but he's got the angle, and he catches the kill. That is it, everybody. 2 maps to none. It will be Mega C5S taking away the series 2-0.
Yeah, massive win there. Massive securing of the bag. Getting the job done. An impressive showing from all teams. And a great show of our AEL Uni League CS. This time it was Monash taking that 2-0 sweep. Like I said, I always had that feeling they were going to be strong heading into Inferno just after how I saw them the other night. And they didn't disappoint. They played really well. And so, look, a great series. Unfortunate for dropouts. They'll be licking their wounds with that one. But Monash, they'll be leaving tonight feeling very, very happy after playing some serious gamer hours.
Absolutely, definitely in for the long haul tonight, aren't we, Charisma? But hey, we got through it, mate. We've had a wonderful game, and I'm sure the players are going to be happy with the outcome there. Speaking of things we're happy about, Charisma, though, I think we got to say some good words about our great friends.
Absolutely. We do need to thank our friends over at Predator. Conquer new worlds with Predator Gaming today. Predator are the gaming PC partner of the AEL. Conquer new worlds with Predator Gaming. Predator puts the power and precision in your hands. Elevate your gaming experience in every way with quality and performance thanks to Predator. AOC, the best viewing experience. AOC Monitors have launched the first ever monitor crafted for League of Legends. League of Legends is represented in every aspect from the iconic Hextech design and the logos to a specific game setting mode. In-game visuals achieve their fullest potential from the combination of AOC's monitor expertise with the creators of League of Legends Riot Games. Check out the Aegon Pro AG275QXL today at au.aoc.com. Rig, what it takes to win. Rig develops headsets delivering superior audio to competitive gamers and streamers at all levels. Join the Rig team and enhance your gaming experience today.
Big shout out to all of our wonderful sponsors there. As you said, Predator, AOC, and Rig. Definitely appreciate each and every single one of them for helping put on the wonderful show that is AEL for all of our wonderful leagues there. And definitely big shout out to them, to say the least. But, you know, it's not just that, Charisma. If you want to find out more about the AEL or upcoming events and live streams, definitely check out AU Esports League on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. We are on multiple platforms, so be sure to keep an eye out for us. You'll see some great plays, that is for certain. And you can also find us on Twitch at twitch.tv/AEL Uni or twitch.tv/AEL Uni 2. So definitely be sure to check us out on all of those wonderful platforms. But you know, that's not all, Charisma. That's not all, mate. Because if you want to check us out, be sure to check out our socials below. At Matsy123 on Twitter, at CharismaAU. And you can see a bit more from us covering various different games. We'll be posting the streams that we are doing on Twitter. So definitely be sure to suss us out. But Charisma, any final words, mate?
I'm really happy to be on with you tonight, Matt. We haven't been on together for a while now, so it was exciting to jump back behind the camera and the mic with you, but a really good night of Counter-Strike, and I'm sure all players involved, including you and me, will sleep well tonight. But shout out to our admin BK, who was doing beautifully tonight, steering the ship, making sure the servers were all
running like an absolute gem. So shout out to him, shout out to all the people involved. A great night of Counter-Strike to say the least.
Absolutely. And that is going to be all from us, everybody. Do appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. Be sure to catch more of our AEL action, pressing further into the playoffs across the various games there. But that's it for now. Thank you, and good night.
Yeah, the boys.